Yeah, well, we wanted to bring the most historically accurate version of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius to the screen. Then not only did we study the letters of Pliny the Younger, we also worked with a historical expert and a volcanologist to try and get the eruption in the correct order. So everything that happens in the movie in terms of the eruption is in the correct order. When you're making a disaster movie, I mean, I think the power of romance mixed with the disaster is incredibly... It is powerful. I mean, it increases the power of the disaster if you have a romance set against it. So Roman history and culture was a huge part of my childhood growing up. And I learned about Pompeii when I was at school, and it's always fascinated me. So this is something that I've always wanted to make a movie out of. So it's kind of been with me since childhood. And while it's not science fiction, you know, I think the technical aspects of making a historical movie is actually very close to making a science fiction movie, because in a science fiction movie you have to create everything, like costumes, the sets, everything has to be built. You can't just go out on the street and shoot reality. And it's exactly the same with a movie like Pompeii. Every single set, every villa, every street had to be reconstructed and built. We started talking about making a movie of Pompeii in 2008. So before I made my first 3D movie, which was Biohazard 4, I feel for the 3D for Pompeii. I mean, I love 3D. I've now made 4 movies and several commercials all in 3D. I think I've shot more 3D than any other film director in the world at this point. And I've always used the same crew as well. So as my experience with 3D has grown, so has theirs. So I think, you know, Pompeii for me really is that it's the high point for 3D. It's the best I've ever put on screen, and I'm very proud of it. You know, most people I think now know Kiefer as Jack Bauer. You know, he's a hero. He's got a dark side, but he's still the hero. But for me, I grew up with the bad Kiefer Sutherland. You know, I grew up with bad Kiefer from Flatliners and from Stand By Me and from The Lost Boys, where he was a bad piece of work. And I wanted to kind of re-engage with that kind of evil Kiefer, because I knew he would knock it out of the park and also surprise people, because I think he just hasn't done that in a long time. It was challenging because, you know, just on a personal level, the separation from your family is always a very difficult. That Mila was happy that I didn't try and put her in, it would be this one, because she would come to visit the set and all the actors would just be covered in filth and dirt, and she'd be like, you know, good luck. You know, she was very happy to be behind the camera for this one. You know, there didn't seem to be an appropriate role for Mila in this movie. She joked at one point that she should play the volcano, but I said no. Hello, Cinema Today channel. My name is Paul W.S. Anderson. I'm the director of Pompeii. Pompeii is a movie that's filled with action and adventure and, most importantly, romance. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.